my social life is messed up. Health wise, things are off. So I'm just trying to go back home and, focus more on things that means a lot to me at this point in my life. And as you grow, if you're watching this video, as you grow, I would say always pay attention to the things that means a lot to you, because they will change. Maybe right now you find yourself at a stage where you're more concerned about money, or maybe you're more concerned about having a family, settling down, and all that stuff. And when you achieve those things, you realize that those things, but those things don't mean a lot like you think they will. All right, so 7 years in the USA, I have decided to move back home to Ghana. And it took me 4 years to make that decision. And I'll say this is one of the toughest decisions that I've ever made in my entire life. And when I came here, just to give you a context, when I came here, I was 23 years old. That was back in 2017. So I'll be 30 years this year. And after 7 years, for some reason, I feel the need to go back home. I don't have a plan. That's the scariest part of it. I don't have a plan. I just have a feeling, and I'm just taking a step based on these feelings, which is not ideal, which is not something good to do. But for some reason, I just have this feeling within me, this discernment that my true potential can be seen in Ghana. And that's all what I have right now, with no plan, no strategic planning. I just want to go. So I had a conversation with my mom. Even though she didn't want me to move back, I have decided to do it. So I've been able to convince her enough, and I'm going. One aspect of me is extremely happy. One aspect of me is also curious, not sure, not too certain, and it's normal. Okay, it's normal to feel this way, because I never thought I'll be moving back to Ghana or back home so soon. And on a normal standard approach, most immigrants go back home when they retire, right? So I'll say in their late 50s, 60s, that's when they move back. But I'm only 30 years old. So for me, it's too soon. But also, I don't think ideas will be fully formed before we should take them, or no idea will come fully formed. So at some point, you might want to do some stuff and you just don't know what to do, but you know you need to do it, right? And in as much as the US offers you a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of stuff that you don't see, or most people don't pay attention to. Especially if you've never lived in this country before. You think it's all glamorous, it's all shiny and all that stuff, but it's extremely stressful. So you end up working so hard, you make a lot of money, but the quality of life, to me, it's quite gray. It's not to the extent that I want it. So my social life is messed up. Health wise, things are off. So I'm just trying to go back home and focus more on things that means a lot to me at this point in my life. And as you grow, if you're watching this video, as you grow, I would say always pay attention to the things that means a lot to you, because they will change. Maybe right now you find yourself at a stage where you're more concerned about money, or maybe you're more concerned about having a family, settling down, and all that stuff. And when you achieve those things, you realize that those things, you know, yeah, but those things don't mean a lot like you think they will, right? So at every stage in your life, you have to focus on what means a lot to you, and you chase those things. And sometimes it's just maybe going back to where you started from. So that's how I see it at this point in my life. So it's a tough decision, and I'm making this video to say, if you've done it before and you have any tips for me, I will appreciate it. If you're also thinking about doing this, I'll say go for it. Don't let anything stop you. You will never know what's at the end of the tunnel until you get there. If you fail, guess what? You learn something. You can share your story. You will improve one way or the other. If you succeed, then you got what you were looking for, right? So this is something that I really wanted to share with you.